So after the unrest in Nigeria, complaining about hunger and government policies and programs, the House of Reps, that is supposed to be the closer of the bicameral houses to the people, and I'll tell you why later, is now launching, or okay, not launching, that's the technical word, is sponsoring, or a representative in the House of Representatives is sponsoring a bill to do the following things. And you have to follow me on this because this is really critical. Number one, that moving forward, if any Nigerian insult a Nigerian politician, you get a 2 years in jail term or 4 million naira fine. Now listen, if a Nigerian insult a Nigerian politician, that is, if you insult another Nigerian, but this Nigerian that you're insulting now is of more social class and more of the higher stratification than you, and the person is involved in politics, whether the person is local government chairman, the person is a commissioner, or just an aide, you get a 4 million naira fine or a 2-year term in jail. Now, listen, where it gets really more tricky is that if you refuse to sing the national anthem, and remember, you will get a 10 years in prison, and of course, you will also be fined 5 million naira, right? Or you will find 5 million naira. Then if you protest in this country, there will be a 5 years in prison. Now, at some point in all of this, I told myself that should be a lie. That should be a comedy skit. But then it's true. Go check it out. It's true. That somebody in the House of Rep is proposing that a protester in Nigeria will get a 5 years in prison for any reason on planet Earth. And somebody is going to sit somewhere and say the Nigerian political class is not at rebel cause against Nigerian people. At a time when Nigerians are saying they are hungry, upon resumption, the House of Rep has taken it upon themselves, instead of them to look back at the policies and programs of this government, look for ways to again re-engage the MDAs by way of supervision, checks and oversight and all that, to see what actually is being done, or engage the executive to ensure that the people first in all of these things. Their problem is about Nigerian. And I'll tell you instances where this is coming up. There's a particular video of an activist based in Benin City, Edo State, I think Precious Obuchi, I think that's her name, Mama P, right, where she said if the vice president, for example, has a reason to say Nigerians are idiots for demanding for their rights and privileges and asking government should do better, he is also an idiot. And so somebody is in the House of Rep who is going to react to that particular situation by proposing a 2-year jail term and 4 million naira fine. There's a particular video as well where activist Aisha Yusufu refused to stand for the national anthem, stating that the problem of Nigeria is not the national anthem, and if we do not deal with the particular problem, we are joking. Why are we beating about the bush? She refused to stand. Now somebody is saying that 10 years in jail for people like Aisha Yusufu, and furthermore, you pay 5 million naira fine if you refuse to sing the national anthem. And then if you protest in Nigeria, because of course the last protest got these guys really scared, they had to run, a lot of them flew. I saw a couple of them, I met with 1 or 2 of them. I met with one particularly that took his family out of the country for that period just so that they'll be safe, right? Guess what? They are saying 5-year jail term. Now let me tell you why this is a bit very annoying for me. If you understand the bicameral legislative system of the Nigerian constitution that we borrowed from the United States, the House of Representatives is supposed to be the closer of these chambers to the people, and I'll tell you why. The Senate, the red chambers, the House of Senate, has a constituent assembly of 109 members, because what has been done is that there are the state divided into about 3 senatorial districts. It either is north, central, and south, or west, central, and east, depending on the structure of the state. And so every state produces 3 senators from the 3 senatorial districts, and Abuja has just 1, right? So it makes it 109 from the 36 states and 1 from Abuja, 109. But guess what? In the House of Representatives, it's a bit even more. And if there is anything called waste, people would have thought that they would have suspended the Senate and retained the House of Rep. But the Igbo, where they smoke, like, put my name down, I'm not go J, no wahala. The Igbo na they smoke for the House of Rep. If they don't slap one or two persons, or they don't slap one or two House of Rep members, the rest no get sense. If they don't slap one or two House of Rep members, just carry and come down, you slap and tutu, the rest no get sense. Because if this bill, for any reason, I'm saying, talk to Nigerian people, if this bill for any reason is passed into law, it means that the country has been caged effectively. I should forget about the country. Totally caged. This is the height of it. In Bangladesh, as I speak, right, the people have sacked by way of protest. Not cool. Have sacked the prime minister because, of course, the government, even though has provided, go check, Bangladesh, was it failing? The prime minister has been there for about 15 years and then has provided basic amenities. But what the people have continually seen is that there have been a high level of corruption. And calm down, let me tell you, the corruption is heavier in the fact that jobs are not available to the people, but the political class, their friends and families have been benefiting from the process more than the people. And that's why the people went to the street. There are roads. There are infrastructural development. But the people are saying, why is it that we are not given equal opportunity to fighting for the space in working? And so they decided to protest. The prime minister ran. As I told you, there's a Nobel laureate who is a noble member of the Bangladesh nation that has now stepped up to be the acting prime minister, pending when democratic process ensue to finding them a new government. Now, that is them. But here in Nigeria, the House of Rep is scared that one day they will not be able to find a place to sit and swallow the resource of this country. Even though they are part and parcel of this country, they have got family members, they have got constituent members who are suffering. Their own is to ban protest and stop Nigerians from talking to the political class. That is evidently stating that we are not all equal. Even in a country where we are carrying the same international passport, they want to further demystify, let me further separate us, and then you are quarreling that a particular racial society is angry against us. If our people that of the same colors with us, that bears the same name, eat the same food, breathe the same hair, travel the same road, can say we want to separate the width. They want to separate the boys from the men, and then you are saying the country would work. So I was saying, the House of Rep, the 3 senatorial districts were now further divided into 9 constituencies. So every senatorial district has now 3 constituencies, and so this will now further mean that there will be 9 federal constituencies. Of course, there are further constituencies that are now represented in the State House of Assembly, right? But they have 9 federal constituencies in every state, and that 9 federal constituency produces 9 federal representatives that goes to the green chambers to represent the people. But Abuja has now has 3. But remember, they have just 1 senator, so it means that 1 senatorial district for the whole of Abuja now further divided into 3 federal constituencies. Now, which of these particular chambers supposed to be closer to the people? Because 3 senators means that the whole of Edo North, for example, has just 1 senator. The whole of Kwara South, for example, has just 1 senator. But that same Kwara South has a chance of having 3 federal representatives. So obviously, the people would be more connected to the House of Representatives because there are more persons there. There are people that are now further connected because the senator may not have access to all the constituent members or all these members in senatorial district, but the House of Representatives that now further has delineation into the constituencies will have connection. But these same people are the ones that have gone to Abuja now are beginning to rebel. So we can continue to deceive ourselves and say that there is something working, that we are going to have a transition from this bad set of politicians into a better countries. They are all lies. They are all lies. They are all lies, and they are all lies. If we truly, the Nigerian people now understands that we have a perpetual enemy in the Nigerian political class, and if a bill like this is allowed to see the light of the day, then the country is finished. That's the best word. Totally finished. Total, because this is not for sanity. This is not for hope. This is not for to cure hunger. This is not to offer power generation and ensure that Nigerians have 24-hour power supply. This is not to stop corruption in high places that are continue to usurp the powers. Is it usurp? Not even usurp. They're going to drain the resource of the country and making the country's spirit and soul lifeless. I'm sure that the ghost smoking community in these red chambers should be focusing on how to making lives better. And these are supposed to be people from whoever sponsored this particular bill, whoever sponsored it as it were right now. The person should be recalled by the constituency. Whoever sponsored this bill, Nigerian people must go forward to checking who sponsored this bill, and that person should be recalled. They should recall the person back home, so the person come and stay with them and begin to, because I cannot even imagine how this is working in 2024, where countries are putting the people first, where countries are seeking ways of asking the people what exactly they want, even though they are providing. A country that is not providing anything, the House of Representatives will further be looking for how to imprison people who are asking genuine questions of them. If you like to defend this, and we are in a cage. This is total state capture. I'm out of here.